It's the Friday Sessions with Emma and Dom.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Friday Sessions, bi-weekly music feature from Cornerstone. My name is Dom, I'll be one of your hosts for this evening, and I'm joined once again by my colleague Emma, who is up in that corner there. Say hi there, Emma.
Hi there, Emma. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. I just wanted to remind you that we are a friendly environment, so we love to see your comments, but please be kind and be nice. That's true in life, really, isn't it? And this evening we have some great performances for you. The first one we'll find out about in a minute, but later on we have quite a few tracks by somebody whose album I've been listening to quite a lot, and he has a lovely booklet with his album, if you buy it on CD, because I'm a classic, you see, and you get the words in it. And I remember as a teenager unfolding the words in a cassette case and learning them all. You get so much more from the music because it's properly a part of you then. So I'm really enjoying that. This is what he looks like. No, he's a bit older than that now. You might not recognise him. That is the lovely Steve Daniels. So we've got him a little bit later. Before him, we have got Richard from the Music Box, again with the classic album segment. It's something a bit more angsty, which suits me because I was an angsty teenager when it first came out.
I think I was a very angsty 4-year-old, if that gives you any indication.
Stop telling everybody that you're younger than me, even though you are. Look forward to Alanis Morissette later on. Dom's just having a quick swig of a coffee. Is that coffee or an Irish coffee tonight, Dom?
It's definitely a coffee. I can't. No drinking whilst I'm working, Emma. You know this. Come on, play the game.
So who have we got as our first act this evening?
Okay, so starting us off tonight on the Friday Sessions, we have a gentleman who has been playing guitar for a number of years, and he quite recently, sort of due to lockdown and at the encouragement of his family, sort of picked up that guitar once again and has been encouraged to share his music with the world. His name is Archie T Foulds, and he should be appearing on your screen right about there, right about now. And he's got a song for us, which I hope you'll enjoy very much. This is Archie T Foulds with Ain't No End to Lovin' You. Hope you enjoy it.
Hi folks, I'm Archie T Foulds. I'm going to sing a song called Ain't No End to Lovin' You. I wrote it last year, but maybe it's a song for today as well. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love you in the morning, I love you at night, I love you when you're laughing and even when you're right. There ain't no end to loving you, I want to hold you tight. I love you in the hard times, I love you when we're good, I love you when the weather's fine, or walking in wet woods. There ain't no end to loving you, I want to hold you if I could. I love you with an aching heart, I love you when my head's not clear, I love you when you're super smart, it's just you I want to hear. There ain't no end to loving you, I want to hold you now for real. you Tuesday too. I love you for the rest of the week and as the years ensue. There ain't no end to loving you. I want to hold on to you. There ain't no end to loving you. Thank you. That's me, Archie T Foulds. Ain't no end to loving you. Goodbye and stay safe.
And welcome back there, folks. Thank you very much, Archie. That was a really nice way to kick off with the Friday sessions for this evening. And I must say, I think you'll all agree when I say that we're quite honoured to have the lesser-known extra member of the Blues Brothers giving us a show for this evening. I'm being mean and disingenuous. We really did love that, Archie. Thank you so much.
I think it's just that his future is so bright that he's got to wear shades. I think basically that's a 1986 joke, so very timely. Sorry to all the young people like yourself, Dom. You'll just have to trust me that was the best joke you've ever heard.
If you say so, Emma. If you say so. So anyway, coming up next, what have we got lined up now, Emma?
So next we have got Richard's classic album countdown. So as I said, this is something I really do remember. I don't think I ever owned it. I think I just used to listen to it at other people's houses. It's Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. And obviously Richard is so good at explaining these things. So can we have a Richard, please?
You may have a Richard. Since you asked so nicely, I'm going to put him just about there, or even there, other side. I keep forgetting my camera's mirrored. It's hilarious. Oh, there we go. Amazing. That's Richard on the screen there for you. He's going to tell us all about Alanis Morissette's record-breaking album, Jagged Little Pill. I'm quite interested to hear this myself. Listened to this album a lot when I was much, much younger. It was a personal favourite of my mum's. So whenever she could wrestle control of the stereo from Dad, this was quite likely to be put on. Anyway, again, this is Classic Album Countdown, and we're looking at Jagged Little Pill. Take it away, Richard.
Thank you, Dom and Emma, for another fantastic episode so far of the Friday sessions. It's time for Classic Album, and this week we're doing Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill.
5.
The biggest hit on the album, Alanis Morissette didn't even want included. It was a last-minute addition. Isn't it ironic? Yeah, ironic. That was the track.
4.
June the 13th, 1995, that was when it was released. Believe it or not, it was Alanis Morissette's third album. The previous two only came out in Canada and were very pop and new jack swing influenced. This was very post-grunge with the influence of the producer Glenn Ballard, who she got in to produce the album for her.
3.
In 1995, after selling millions and millions of copies worldwide, Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill went on to win 5 Grammys, including the Album of the Year. She was the youngest artist at this time to win Album of the Year. It's only years later, in 2020, that Taylor Swift, with her album Fearless, won that honour.
2.
Ironic, the biggest hit of the album was the third single to be released. The first single, You Ought to Know, also included Dave Navarro from Red Hot Chili Peppers on guitar and Flea on bass. He wasn't a Flea, that's his name.
1.
Alanis Morissette's lyrics on this album, to quote, are full of frustrated, angry, frightened, uncomfortable lyrics. Obviously done the tricks. It went on to sell 33 million copies worldwide and influenced many, many female artists such as Pink, Meredith Brooks, Katy Perry and fellow Canadian Avril Lavigne. But, as usual, I recommend you take it out the record sleeve, put it on the record player and listen to it from beginning to end. Thank you very much. Now back to Dom and Emma in their studios.
And welcome back there, folks. Thanks, Richard. That was really interesting to listen to. Interesting tidbit of my own regarding the song Ironic. I'm sure a few of you who know me will know what I'm about to say. My favourite thing about that song is that a lot of the things that Alanis Morissette is singing about in that song are not actually ironic when you really sit down and think about it. You know, they're inconvenient, but I wouldn't call them ironic.
Oh, you're such a pedant, you are.
That is my middle name, Dom Pedant Bray, in case you didn't know.
I quite like off that album the One Hand in My Pocket song, particularly because it's one hand in my pocket and the other one's playing a piano or giving a high five. Well, I like to have one hand in my pocket, one hand on my puppet. Come back, Dom, come back.
Fantastic. I think we might have just peaked there, folks. That might be the best gag we've done on this show and we'll ever do. So that's it. Friday Sessions is done. Hope you've enjoyed it. We're going home. No, but I think one important fact that we that was covered very, very briefly by Richard there. If you're paying attention, you might have heard that tomorrow, June the 13th, is the 25th birthday of Jagged Little Pill. 25 years since it was released to the world. So I thought we couldn't know that without having a little celebration of sorts. So I got us all a little Friday Sessions cake that I'm gonna light it. There we go. Little candle. There we go. And so on the count of three, we're going to make a very big Friday Sessions happy birthday to Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Thank you very much. Also, just to prove that I can be silly as well when I want to be. But anyway, I think you've heard us waffle enough. So Emma, why don't you tell us about our last act for this evening?
Well, he is a great folky style musician. He looked ever so cute when he was little, as you saw earlier. And I know that it was probably me being a bit stupid, but I genuinely thought that he'd named his album that he's released this year after his favourite quality street, because it's called Green Triangle.
Which is the best quality street. Let's be totally honest here.
Strawberry. But he very kindly, without being asked, has explained why I'm such a fool and what it's really about within his set that he's done for us. I really love this set, and I genuinely feel like I was just sat in the room with him while he played beautiful music to me. So, please can he be in the window?
Yes, he can, since you asked so nicely. That's Steve Daniels up in the upper corner there. And finishing us off with 3 songs today. Yep, as mentioned, this is 3 songs from Steve Daniels from his album Green Triangle. Hope you do enjoy them.
Hiya, my name's Steve Daniels from Checkenden. Thanks for having me along tonight. I'm going to play 3 songs from my recently released album Green Triangle. Available from my website or on all major streaming and download platforms. First song I'm going to play is called Drop in the Ocean, which is just about really how little bits of help we might give what we think are not much at all further down the line could actually have had a really positive effect. I think that's quite topical at the moment. This is called Drop in the Ocean. that's all what we came to hear. Thousands of wandering souls searching for a meal. This temporary shelter goes to confirm our own lives are blessed and that the hands of the Delta are wrong. The journey's long, still trapped us strong. We'll be strong. Only a drop in the ocean, they say. Go home, your helping's not helping, they say. The ocean is made of drops. We all don't do something, we'll end up doing nothing at all. Now the mantras we let's use it as a clarion call. Here's one for the silent, the meek and abused, for all those exploited and unable to choose. We know you just go through the stone. We're ready to go. We're ready to show. Only a drop in the ocean, they say. Go home, your helping's not helping, they say. Only a drop in the ocean, they say. Go home, your helping's not helping, they say. Ocean is made of drops, of drops, of drops, of drops. This is the title track from the album Green Triangle. The song is called Green Triangle, obviously, and it's a story based in happenings in Checkenham, where I come from, where I'm living at the moment, back in World War II. Towards the end of the war, 1943, the end of 1943, some African-American GIs, the 320th Barrage Balloon Brigade, arrived in Checkenham to rehearse for D-Day. They got on famously with the locals of Checkenham, and all was well until a white American battalion arrived the following year, 1944, and that's when the problems started. There is a rumour, a story, probably not true, that one of the 320th was murdered in the village by one of the white GIs and buried along with his jeep. This is called Green Triangle. There's a green triangle in the village where I lay. Its lazy corners lead you out to go on our freeways. Should you choose to dig beneath the shallows of this shape, will you find me? There's a story of a tragedy, but is it thin smoke without fire? Maybe you'll hear a young man scream. Maybe you'll see him. I know that I will be here. I know that I should, for the justice in this world. In 43, these GI soldiers lived within these woods. Trainees come to end the war and blend the best they could. Spirituals were heard one night within the village hall. But then the storm blast came. Into this story comes an enemy from their own United States. Maybe you'll hear their clan-like screams. Maybe you'll see them. I know that I will be here. I know that I should, for the justice in this world. When they marched to war in 44 to man the big balloon, the village swirled with love-struck girls and a broken-hearted moon. But was there one man left behind who lay down with his jeep in eternal sleep? There's a green triangle in the village where I lay, a landmark and a junction that can lead one of three ways. But should you choose to dig beneath the shallows of this shape, will you find me? Third and final song is called The English Rain Comes Falling Down. I'm recording this on, I think it's the 1st of June today, or is it the 2nd of June, not quite sure, 2020. We've been in lockdown forever, it seems, and rather ironically, the weather has been absolutely glorious for the last, it seems, forever as well. So The English Rain Comes Falling Down isn't really a celebration of English rain, it's a celebration of England and being here and being where you belong. This is called The English Rain Comes Falling Down. The plane hit the blue with the evening star, left behind its earthly roar, and chased the moon which had come too soon to play. As we traveled west of west, Thanks very much for listening. Hope you enjoy your weekend. See you again soon.
And welcome back there, folks. Thank you, Steve, so much for that. Although I do hope your last song there isn't important for the rest of the weekend. I mean, we've had quite enough rain today already, as some of you would agree. I have just noticed that I think we seem to have started almost a war in the chat section. I think this is a great time to say that I think it's great that we've all got different favourites, quality streets, because that means only one thing. That means we all get the ones that we want, and I think that's a lovely sentiment. Emma.
If I knew the rest of life was that easy and we could always have what we want. So now can you see why I've been telling you how amazing that album is for weeks, and you've been saying, all right, shut up, I don't listen to you. If you're at home thinking, I could so perform on here, I'd be great, please do. You just need to get in touch with us. So there is an email address below me and to Dom's side, which is cornerstoneopenmic@southoxon.gov.uk. You actually get Dom and I answering you, so hopefully by now you've worked out we're nice. And yeah, just get in touch and we'll tell you what to do, or send us examples of your music, and we'll advise you into how to get involved on and be on our show. Next show, after these super cool musicians from this time, hey Dom?
I know, so cool you could almost say they are too refrigerated for formal education.
It's a little bit late in the day for me to wind my brain up to that, but I'll get there. Next show we have an amazing musician, we're really lucky, who should have been performing at Cornerstone around now, and we hope to get in future, but who has kindly agreed to give us a performance so that we can put it onto the Friday sessions. His kind of influences, I would say, are blues and folk, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm a little bit starstruck.
As Emma's being very cryptic there, I'm just going to come out and say it. Our next performer is going to be a very talented man by the name of Mark Harrison, as mentioned, for fans of roots, blues, or even just fans of music in general. I think that's going to be a cracking little set, so do make sure you pop along and see that, obviously, in lieu of his actual gig at Cornerstone. We do hope to have him in the future, but next week, so the next 2 weeks will be a little slice of what you can expect for when he finally gets round to us. But yeah, Emma, unless you've got anything else to say, I think that brings us to the end of this week's Friday sessions. So with all that said, we hope you all have a lovely 2 weeks. Keep listening to music, stay safe, and my name's been Dom, Emma's been up in the corner, and again, hope you all have a lovely 2 weeks off, and we will see you very soon. Good night.
It's the Friday sessions with Emma